Florida State offensive coordinator Gus Malzahn has announced he is retiring from football. He is excited about whatever is going to be next for him in life. Just one season with Florida State. He was, I think, the architect of an awesome win, right? Danny, Bud, he gave y'all that one day in Tallahassee. I guess we are grateful for that. In terms of what's next, no outside hires being done. Mike Norvell will promote Tim Harris to offensive coordinator. Danny, I guess the starting point for me is, were you surprised at all? Like, was there any buzz behind the scenes that Gus Malzahn might be looking to go ahead and shut things down after just 1 year?
I had not heard that. I'm curious to know if Bud has heard anything. He's a little more dialed in on some of the buzz around Tallahassee. It's a surprise to me. It's wild how things change. I talked to the Tallahassee quarterback club the Tuesday after the Bama win.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling you, the standing ovation, Gus was the coach that was speaking. Standing ovation. Like, this guy is the hero we needed. Here comes the savior. And it was all roses. Everything was great until it wasn't. And I actually thought the offense put up some pretty good numbers statistically with what they had. With, Castellanos was a little dicey as a QB. They figured out a way how to put up points. I don't think he was the issue. But yes, to your question, yes, I'm surprised. And then it goes back. Think about how we talked about Ashton Daniels being brought in. Oh, he's a good fit for Gus Malzahn.
Oh, yeah.
That's where I'm wondering how much of a surprise this is to Norvell and the staff as well.
I do think that a lot of people expected him to retire, but probably not at this point. I think they thought it was going to happen earlier or not at all. I really question how he and Norvell got along and worked together this year. Just from stuff I had heard, I don't think that relationship was great. I think the offense was good at times. I also think it's heavily propped up by them running up the score on those two FCS games in September. But I think he did an okay job. And I think, honestly, my biggest takeaway here is that Malzahn waiting as long as he did might have done FSU a favor, because it's so late in the process that you can't go out and give somebody a multi-year guaranteed contract that you're then going to have to buy out when they have to fire this staff.
Oh, damn.
So dance is what brung you. That was my immediate takeaway. It's cool. We don't have to go waste money on a guy you're going to have to fire just pretend like it's going to work.
Yeah. Tom, what's your final verdict on the Gus Malzahn era in Tallahassee?
The timing is weird. I wonder, now that signing day's done, I guess you coaches can finally start moving on. Now that late signing day's over and you've brought in the quarterback that runs the Gus Malzahn offense, you can get rid of the guy who runs the Gus Malzahn offense. My biggest concern is for you, Chip, because I know that you've been a big fan of the putt-putt offense for so long, and now that Gus is leaving, who are you looking to carry on the tradition?
Hey, listen, open search. We will be having our boots on the ground. We will be digging in. We will find the next gimmicky offense to be able, and not enough. I was reading some research today. Our possessions per game are down, as a continued trend, as we continue to see that. Our plays per possession are up. So we're getting a lot more. I mean, just the whole idea of the putt-putt offense is to do a lot of gimmicks to hit it through the clown's mouth and hit the explosive play. I'm worried that the shifts in college football are really eliminating, the things that can get you that big stuffy animal when you finish 18. I don't know. We'll be in search. If you got a nomination for the next putt-putt offense, apple of my eye, I will definitely be taking it. But is there any change in the offense with Tim Harris taking over, or is this now a Mike Norvell's offense basically?
Well, I think you have to run the Malzahn offense. I mean, there's probably 70 quarterbacks making more than what Ashton Daniels is making this year. So, I think you clearly recruited for this Malzahn style offense, right? You have one stud receiver and a couple gadget guys, right? Boggs hit the portal. I think drastically overestimated what his market was. He had to come back, Danzy. I guess there's some pipe dream that Danzy becomes like a complete receiver. He certainly showed more in terms of that track than I thought he would show last year, right? But he's a really nice gadget guy. Like Squirrel White sucked last year, and honestly, like Castellanos missed him a bunch of times too. So like he's not really a loss in my opinion. He did have a nice catch against Bama, but you really have like you kind of have Malzahn style personnel here. So I think you kind of need to run something close to that offense.
Do you have a list of quarterback salaries? Because you said that with pretty strong authority. There's 70 quarterbacks making more than Ashton Daniels this year.
That's my best guess. Yeah, somewhere between like 70 and 80.
So like ECU's paying their guy more than Florida State?
Yeah, I think there's a number of P5 backups who make more than what Daniels is making.
Oh, okay. Well,
there are some backups that are making really good money too.
Yeah, exactly right. Like I would bet my house that Longstreet makes more than Daniels at LSU.
Well, we were going to talk more about that later.
Right. That's called a trade. That's segue, guys.
But yeah. Before we hit that, one last piece here. Gus Malzahn, final bow on his career. The highlight, I think, obviously, you win a national championship as a coordinator. You've got a Gus Malzahn tree that continues to be successful. You know, the offensive staffs that he had at different times, from quarterbacks coach, quality control, they've moved on and they continue to spread their wings all across football. His high school, time was obviously a legend, made the BCS national championship game with Auburn as head coach. I think he'll be celebrated ultimately, right? For offensive innovations of the time. Very much something I will always remember because of the hurry up, no huddle and the offensive explosion of that decade. And I think Gus Malzahn will always be a part of it as sort of the front facing poster child of that.
Agreed. Not a Hall of Fame coach, but a very good coach.
Yeah, very, very good and very innovative.